Welcome back to the channel, or hi if you're new here. I'm Elise, and today we're going to be learning how to crochet these viral phone pocket bags. These are super popular right now, but there's no need to go out and buy one. These are super easy to make yourself. This is a beginner-friendly tutorial, and I will be going over all of the stitches with you as we use them. And I will also be going over how to change the size of your bag if you have a smaller or larger phone, or if you'd like a longer or shorter strap. All you're going to need to get started on your bag is some worsted weight for acrylic or cotton yarn, a 3.5mm hook, a pair of scissors, a tapestry needle, a measuring tape, and a few stitch markers or bobby pins. Okay, so once you have all of your supplies, we are ready to get started. Okay, to get started, the first thing we need to do is make a slip knot. To make a slip knot, I'm going to wrap the yarn around two of my fingers and across, just like this. Then I'm going to pinch that yarn tail with my thumb so it doesn't come undone. And I'm taking the pointer finger on my opposite hand and I'm going to put that under that first strand of yarn and over the second. Then I'm just flipping that second strand of yarn up and pulling it tight. Let's do that one more time. I'm wrapping the yarn around two of my fingers and across, just like this. Then I'm going to pinch that yarn tail with my thumb and taking my pointer finger on my right hand, I'm putting that under that first strand of yarn and over the second. Then I'm flipping that second strand of yarn up and pulling it tight to make my slip knot. So we can go ahead and put our hook into our slip knot and pull that tight and get started on our chain. To make a chain, we're just going to yarn over and pull that directly through that loop on our hook. Again, yarn over and pull that directly through that loop on the hook. Yarn over and pull it directly through that loop on the hook. Okay, so I'm going to go ahead and keep making chains until my chain is about 16 inches long. So your chain is going to be the total length of your bag. You're going to want at least 7 inches of space for your phone, but otherwise the rest of your chain is going to be the strap. So if you'd like a longer strap, you can go ahead and make a longer chain. This one I did 16 inches worth of chain, but if you'd like a crossbody bag, for example, you can go ahead and make a longer chain. Like I said, I'm going to go ahead and keep making my chain until it's about 16 inches long. Okay, so I finished my chain and I ended up doing 75 chains in total. So now we can go ahead and get started on row 1. For row 1, we're just going to be placing one half double crochet into each chain starting in the second chain from the hook. So if you look at our chain here, you'll see that this chain here is the first chain from the hook, and this one here is the second chain from the hook. So we want our first half double crochet to go into that second chain right there. To make a half double crochet, we're going to yarn over, put our hook into that second chain, yarn over and pull up a loop so that you have 3 loops on the hook, then yarn over and pull through all 3 of those loops on the hook. Okay, again, we're going to yarn over. I'm going into that next chain, yarn over and pull up a loop so that you have 3 loops on the hook, then yarn over and pull through all 3 of those loops on the hook, and you've made your second half double crochet. So we're going to go ahead and keep making one half double crochet into each one of our chains until we get to the end. So go ahead and do that and I will meet you back here. Okay, I'm at the end of row 1 and I've made one half double crochet into each one of my chains. And before every single row, we're going to chain 1 and turn our work over so we can work back down in the opposite direction. And now we can go ahead and get started on row 2. For row 2, we're going to be placing one half double crochet into the back loop only of each one of our stitches. So if you look at your work here, you'll see that we have these 2 V's at the top. The one closest to you is going to be the front loop, and the one farthest away from you is going to be the back loop. And we're always going to skip over that chain that we made that does not count as a stitch. And we're going to place our very first half double crochet into this first chain, again into the back loop only, just like this, and making my half double crochet. Again, going into that next stitch, into that back loop, and making my half double crochet. So we're going to go ahead and repeat that all the way down until we get to the end of our row here. Making one half double crochet into the back loop only of every stitch. And you should end up with the exact same number of stitches in row 2 that you ended with in row 1. Okay, I'm at the end of row 2, as you can see. And I have one stitch left here, and I want you to be sure that you do not miss this stitch. It is easy to miss, and if you miss it, your work is going to get smaller and smaller as you add rows. Again, you should have the exact same number of rows in row 2 that you had in row 1. Okay, so I'm making my last half double crochet into that last stitch. And again, we're going to chain 1 and turn our work so we can work back in the opposite direction. For row 3, we're going to do the exact same thing we did in row 2. We're skipping over that chain, and we're going to place one half double crochet into the back loop only of every stitch for the entire row. Again, you should have the exact same number of stitches in row 3 that you had in row 2. So go ahead and place one half double crochet into the back loop only of every stitch for the entire row, and I will meet you down here at the end. Okay, I'm finishing off row 3. And again, as always, I'm going to chain 1 and turn my work over so I can work the next row back in the opposite direction. Okay, so we're going to go ahead and repeat row 3, placing one half double crochet into the back loop only of every stitch for the entire row until your work is about as wide as your phone. So I have an iPhone 14 Pro Max, so I'm going to keep adding rows until my work is about 3.5 inches wide. Okay, so go ahead and keep working until you have as many rows as your phone is wide, and I will meet you back here. Okay, so I did 9 rows in total. So I'm going to go ahead and chain 1 and turn my work over. Okay, so now we want to mark out the phone section and the top part of our handle. So I've got my tape measure and my stitch markers. And my phone is about 7 inches long, so you can go ahead and measure yours if you need to. But I want the phone pocket section of my bag to be about 7 inches. So I'm going to go ahead and measure out 7 inches. And I'm going to mark that with a stitch marker. Just like that. And the top part of our bag, we're going to have a small closure here. And I want that to be about that big. So I'm going to go ahead and mark that with a stitch marker. Okay, so we have the top part of our bag marked for that closure and the bottom part of our bag marked for the phone section. So the space in the middle here between our stitch markers is going to be the opening of our bag. Just like this, you can see I have this top section and then the phone section at the bottom. Okay, so the next thing we're going to do is we're going to place one half double crochet again into the back loop only into each stitch until we get to our first stitch marker here. So let's go ahead and do that. We're just doing the same thing that we have been, making one half double crochet into the back loop only of every stitch until we get to our stitch marker. Okay, so I'm going into that stitch that I placed my stitch marker on. Okay, so the next thing we need to do is we need to count the number of stitches between our stitch marker here and our stitch marker over here. So go ahead and count how many stitches you have in between here. All right, so it looks like I have 37 stitches in total between my stitch markers. So I'm gonna go ahead and chain 37. So whatever amount of stitches you have here between your stitch markers, go ahead and chain that same amount. All right, I've got my 37 chains here, and now I'm going to make a half double crochet into the back loop of the stitch that I have marked here. This is a little tricky to do with the chain, but we're gonna do a half double crochet into that back loop. just like that. Okay, and this is what it should be looking like. We can go ahead and take those stitch markers off. And we've created the first opening section of our bag. And we're going to go ahead and finish this row by placing 1/2 double crochet into the back loop only of each remaining stitch. And I'm chaining 1 and flipping my work over so I can start working the next row back down in the opposite direction. Okay, for the next row, I'm going to make a 1/2 double crochet into the back loop only of each one of these stitches at the beginning here. Okay, so now you can see that I've made it to my chain. And we're going to continue working a 1/2 double crochet into each one of our chains until we get to the end here. And I've got my chain so the back bumps are facing me. You can see that that is the front of my chain and it is facing so the back is towards me. So I'm going to be placing each one of my 1/2 double crochets into that top loop of every chain. Just like that. And again, going into this next chain and making my 1/2 double crochet. Okay, so I'm going to keep placing 1/2 double crochet into each one of my chains until I get to the end. Okay, so I've made it to the end of my chain, and this is what it should be looking like. Now I can go ahead and finish this row by making 1/2 double crochet into the back loop only of each one of my remaining stitches. Okay, I'm going into that next stitch into the back loop only and making my 1/2 double crochet. And I'm just going to keep doing that until I get to the end of the row. Okay, so I'm going to continue making back and forth rows until I have the same number of rows on this side that I do on this side. So because I had 9 rows total on this side, I want 9 rows total here. And I already have this row, so I'm going to go ahead and make 8 more rows, and I will meet you back here. You just want to make sure that you have the exact same number of rows on this side that you do on this side. Okay, so I've finished the second part of my bag, and as you can see, I have 9 rows on this side and 9 rows on this side. So I'm going to go ahead and fold this in half. Okay, so now that I have this folded in half, we're going to go ahead and create the second handle of our bag. And the first thing I need to do is I need to count how many stitches I have between the bottom of my bag here and the start of my handle. And I have 28 stitches in total for my phone section at the bottom. So I'm going to go ahead and count up this edge on the last row that we did. Okay, so I'm going to go ahead and count the same number of stitches along this edge here and mark that with a stitch marker. Okay, so I've marked the start of my handle here, just like we did before. This is the section that the phone goes into. This is the handle. And now we need to mark the top part of our handle here. Go ahead and count how many stitches you have at the top on this side above your handle opening. And mark that same number of stitches with your stitch marker on this side. Okay, so now I have the top of my bag marked and the bottom of my bag marked. Okay, so now what we're going to do is we're going to attach these two edges together. I have the last row that I made facing me and the very first row that I made in the back here. So we're going to go ahead and slip stitch these two edges together to attach them. Okay, so I have my last row and my first row lined up. And I'm going into the back loop of that first stitch on the last row that I made. And then into the loop of that first stitch on the first row that I made. Then I'm going to yarn over and pull that directly through the loop on my hook to make a slip stitch. Again, I'm going into that next stitch in the back loop and then into the next loop on the first row, yarning over and pulling that directly through the loop on my hook. So I'm going to keep slip stitching both of these edges together until I get to my stitch marker here. So go ahead and do that and I will meet you back here. Okay, so as you can see, I have slip stitched both of those edges together all the way up until my first stitch marker. So I'm going to go ahead and take that first stitch marker out because I don't need it anymore. Okay, so now I'm going to be making one slip stitch only into the row that is facing me, this very last row that I made, into the back loop only until I get to my next stitch marker. Okay, so this is going to create the next opening for our handle, just like we did before here. So I'm not going to be attaching these two edges together. I'm just working along this front facing edge until I get to my next stitch marker. Okay, so I'm going into the next stitch into that back loop only going into that front facing edge and making a slip stitch. Going into the next stitch into that back loop and making a slip stitch. And I'm going to keep doing that until I get to my next stitch marker. Okay, I've made it to my next stitch marker. I'm going to go ahead and take that out because I don't need it. Okay, so we're going to go ahead and go into the back loop of the next stitch, as well as the stitch behind it that lines up with it, and make our slip stitch. And you can see that we're attaching those two edges together again. So I'm going to go ahead and make a slip stitch along both of those edges into the back loop of that front edge and the stitch behind it until I get to the end of my row here. Okay, so I can go ahead and chain one and cut my yarn. I'm just going to pull that up through the chain that I made and pull it tight. And we are all done with the main part of our bag. Okay, so now we're going to fold our bag along this edge that our handles are on. Okay, so if you put your bag up straight just like this, and then flatten it down, you can see that we are almost done with our bag. We just need to close up this hole at the top and this hole at the bottom. Okay, so I have an extra length of yarn here. I'm going to go ahead and attach my tapestry needle. And I'm just going to start at the top of my bag. Okay, before we start sewing this up, you want to make sure that the opening of your handle here is directly in the center of your project. So just hold that there so it's right in the middle. And then I'm just going to attach my yarn to this corner here. And then I'm just going to start sewing along this edge, back and forth with my tapestry needle to go ahead and close it up. Okay, so once you've sewn all the way across this top edge here, you can go ahead and tie your yarn off. And now I'm going to go ahead and just trim these yarn tails down a little bit. And I'm going to weave them in by taking my hook and I'm going to put it up through the top and just grab those yarn tails and pull them down into the middle of the work. I'm just grabbing those yarn tails and pulling them down into the center of the project. Okay, so the top is all done. We're going to do the same thing at the bottom. So I'm going to flip this around. And again, I'm going to go ahead and make sure that this seam that lines up with the handle opening here is directly in the center, just like that. You can see it's right in the middle. And I'm taking my tapestry needle with that yarn still attached. And I'm going to go ahead and do the same thing that I did on the top. I'm attaching that yarn to the corner. And then I'm just going to start sewing back and forth along this edge to go ahead and close it up. Okay, so once you weave in all of your yarn tails, your new phone pocket is all done and it is ready to use. I really hope that you enjoyed this tutorial. Go ahead and subscribe if you're not already, and let me know in the comments how your bag turned out, and I will see you in the next video.